Welcome to the first video of the Nostalgia Vent month thing. And Jesus Christ, that's loud as hell. Great way to start off by fucking deafening me.
2004? Jesus Christ, how old is our editor?
He is 28 currently, so this lines up perfectly for him. According to his childhood, he would rent this game a lot, and when he eventually bought to own it, he played it countless times because it was that good. Although this is niche, but that didn't dissuade him.
Maybe this will reawaken people's lost memories or something. I don't know. We plan on letting most of the dialogue play out just so viewers can read and watch along.
Why do they have the Animal Crossing sound when talking?
It's a lot cheaper to do this than to hire a lot of voice actors. The sheer amount of NPCs you can talk to in this game would cost Noise and Nintendo a lot of money even back in 2004, before the recession in 2008.
But the text is so slow. I hope there's a way to speed up dialogue in the game.
I believe there is, but I'll get used to the controls before I worry about text speed. This is a fairly big game for its time. I mean, when you compare it to Final Fantasy games, it's not that big, but that's a whole other monster.
So this is between a father and, I assume, us as a kid?
Yes, not to spoil anything, since both me and Don know who the father actually is, but he hands us a special watch for our birthday.
A watch? Fuck that shit, I wanted an Xbox.
Joe, you're killing the mood. We're already sort of disturbing it by talking and shit, but that's just what we do, and us being in complete silence for most of this video would make no sense. Good thing there aren't any real voices we'd be talking over anyway.
Somebody go answer their phone.
Joe, you're being mighty insufferable today. Just keep the dumbassery and smartass remarks to a minimum.
I just tune him out whenever he says something stupid. It brings engagement, so I just accept it.
Please tell me he's leaving to go get the milk. It's a completely logical answer.
Okay there, Joey Swole. Can't even get 5 minutes into this video and you're already prodding the envelope.
Any guesses on how far we'll get for this video before we call it good? I want to say after the first boss fight from the big bad, but I'm not too sure.
Well, our videos are becoming longer on the regular now, and anything under 10 minutes might not keep people's attention very well.
It's very hard to say because a lot happens in this game and calling it for a video at a certain point in the story can be very difficult.
Alrighty, the prologue has finally ended. I'm calling it a prologue despite it just being dialogue. I've also enabled a cheat that grants us all the parts. Could be spoiling in that regard, but I'd rather not go through the tournament game mode that unlocks after the main story to grab all the parts. Plus, we revealed Ray Legend in Smash Ultimate who uses Mega Man, so I don't have an issue with having all the parts immediately.
Man, this guy is annoying.
Joe, I know this might confuse you, but that's a woman.
Wait, that's a woman? I thought that was some old man like me, but much more whiny.
I've never liked her voice noise. It's the only one in the game that sounds like that, and it's probably one of the worst. Not the worst, as we'll get to eventually, but still, it's annoying.
That is the most feminine-looking, sleepy portrait I have ever seen. Who wakes up and looks like someone from the Saja Boys?
Joe, have you been watching K-pop Demon Hunters?
I don't know. What's the correct answer?
That movie is going to make Sony and Netflix so much money that it's amazing how something that's strictly on Netflix is dominating the scene. It even has the frontman from Squid Game.
Not to mention how it dethroned BTS and Blackpink in the charts, music-wise. I mean, I love ice cream.
It's not bad to be a fan of the movie and the music, Joe. It's dominating the world for a reason. Some of the people singing can hit notes as high as A5 with little issue or post-editing help. Most of the ones singing on the female side are from Twice. Yes, all three of us like the film and its music. What of it?
We'd love to cover their songs in the form of President Sing videos, but you know, copyright issues and all that. We've stopped doing those, as posting them whilst getting a copyright claim immediately isn't really worth it. They weren't good view-wise anyway.
You're my soda pop, my little soda pop?
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Should we be explaining to people about this game, or are we just shooting the shit while playing the game our editor grew up with?
There's no real action for a good bit, so why not go over some things that are on our mind until the action hits? As well as introduce one of the best characters in the game, which is coming up shortly.
This dialogue is taking forever. Can y'all just explain to the audience what this whole shebang is about and move on?
Fine. This is just our landlady, Lucy, talking to us about our interview with Steelhearts and that our father mysteriously sent a letter. detailing that he wants us to become a commander since he quote-unquote disappeared. The dialogue is great. It's just lengthy, especially for when you're recording for a YouTube video. Allow me to introduce Harry, the funniest character in the game and is very well done overall. I also found out how to increase text speed so it's not a slog. Didn't go to the fastest speed, but this will do.
That guy looks like if you ported Walter White from Breaking Bad into this game.
Great, now every time I see Ernest, I'll be thinking about Walter White, goddammit.
I don't have much of an opinion on Ernest. I like the guy, since he has a tough exterior, but has an unpredictable interior. But he's nothing too special, just one of your typical bosses. Not bosses like boss battles, but employer kind of boss. The quest giver, kinda.
If Ernest could hear through screens, he'd grab you by the throat and yell excessively.
All talk and no do, I take it?
Oh, I'm also choosing the stupid answers for funny reactions whenever they come up, or I notice them.
That's like the first thing most players do in RPG games with dialogue. Pick the stupid answers for the best reactions.
Here's one that got me cracked up the first time I picked it. He's such a smartass with that reply. There's a lot of these that crack me up, and it never gets old. Nothing in this game feels dated outside the graphics, which look okay. The graphics are a little bit trashy, but that's not going to detract me from loving the game.
I don't think anyone's fingers ever move from their position. Again, easier from a budget standpoint, but I noticed it and thought about when our editor played this many times, and just now realized that the fingers in fact do not move.
It works, so there's no need for them to go the extra mile like that. Oh, and to put Harry in a nutshell, picture Brock from Pokemon and up his pervy flirting game by good some, since Harry drools over every attractive woman he sees.
I can almost hear how Harry would sound if he did have a voice actor.
I hear what every NPC would sound like if they had a voice actor. I could see someone like Alex Lee from Demon Slayer if he was a little bit lower in tone than Zenitsu, but not as edgy like in Solo Leveling. Troy Baker could potentially pull off Ernest, and some others.
Wait until you see what I whip out over at the lab.
Donnie, this is not the time to talk about your microscopic penis.
No, Joe, what he means is, fuck it. I hate correcting you all the time, so I'm just gonna let that sit there.
You're such a fucking child, Joe. Nothing has changed since 2023.
Some people still like that kind of humor, so I want to give it to them. It's not like it hurts the actual video.
No, but you saying that shit to people you call your friends, man.
Friends do throw friends under buses for fun too, Don. You just need thicker skin.
So Harry is attracted to this Linda woman and compares her to an older sister. Are we in Alabama?
Hey, maybe I want to gawk at Linda too, Harry. That's fucking hilarious coming from you, jackass.
Our first bit of action, finally. This would be a perfect bit to end on and see if the people want to see more.
But we're not ending this right here, right now, though, are we? We just arrived.
He means after we've beaten the burglars, idiot. By the way, the police don't like us or steal hearts. They like to call us bottom feeders.
Whatever keeps food on the table, right? If it's not illegal, then it's Gucci.
I do not like the police in this game, not because of the color of my skin, but just because they're all idiots and assholes, aside from like one or two. I say two because of a plot twist near the end of the game.
Okay, now I get why Harry, and I guess our hero, is head over heels over someone like Linda. She does look mature and in the hot kind of way. You can't just wear fishnet leggings and not expect guys to fawn over you. Goth women catch my attention with that shit already.
These officers couldn't find their way out of a kindergarten classroom.
I've always wanted to be a kindergarten teacher, but I guess the whole sniffing shenanigans I do put me on a blacklist. I couldn't even become a kindergarten cop either.
You're dating us, Joe. That movie's an all-time classic, but god damn it, now I feel old. I know I'm old, but I actually feel old now.
I can't wait to show how much Harry compares to me, especially for the Robo I'll be using. And no, it won't be Ray 1.
Are you just going to tear off all the burglars here? Is that going to be your quote-unquote Robo?
Joe, he means he's going to use what likely is a Robo with all illegal parts, since those ones are actually fucking OP, and for good reason, which is why the game deems them as illegal.
Illegals? Where? Obama, get the cages ready once again.
As much as I encourage the idea, he means illegal parts. not illegals, like those we're deporting like crazy. I'll be using a robo that the game story considers illegal. You'll see.
Our little hero here is kind of a Nepo baby if you think about it. Has a dad that is obviously wealthy enough to pay for his living expenses for years and doesn't have to worry about work and robos and shit up until the letter.
And he's also very naive, I've come to notice. Anyone would act the same way if they've never seen this stuff before, but it just sounds like he never goes outside and touches grass. If there is any grass to touch, since everything is made out of plastic and metal, an industrialist's dream come true.
So when they explain things about the game, they include it in their dialogue as green text with blue highlights? Kinda clever, not gonna lie.
I've got to hand it to Noise for making this game feel very immersive for its time.
This was during a time when publishers and developers weren't shoving battle passes down your throat and pumping out a PUBG and Fortnite clone every year. I still refuse to play Fortnite unless President's Play invites us to do some stream with him and other creators.
I wonder how many people have gone into major levels of debt since the Gacha boom. You know, with Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero, and now with Umamaseme, aka the anime horse racing game with cute anime waifus.
Also, we just distracted Harry and caused him to lose. Great job, hero.
This was kind of stupid how to get our hero to start becoming what he's nicknamed for. You have to distract your partner that you just met while he's battling someone and get him to lose and injure himself just so you can pick up the robo and register it, and then the journey actually begins. Why not just cut to Harry flying back like he does right when you approach him, and then everything plays out the same with some dialogue changes? Just a bit of a nitpick to me.
Well, I understood none of that, and I'm just gonna nod and agree.
I can only imagine what robo you're gonna choose, Don. You said it would be an illegal one, and since I know you love acting all powerful and shit, that means you're gonna make at least one of the Rahu robos. Am I close?
I won't make Rahu 3 since that's legit just fucking cheating and overestimating my opponents, so Rahu 1 should be good enough. Not too bad, and it's still kind of fair at this point, if not a bit too strong.
So after many minutes of going through dialogue and storytelling, we're finally going to see what this game is all about gameplay-wise. I was nodding off and cracking stupid jokes to keep my attention up.
This guy doesn't know how many times I've beaten this game before. He's gonna regret acting high and mighty.
Now we're gonna skip a lot of the green explanation dialogue since it's just tutorial shit that nobody really cares about. And if you really want to learn how to play this game, just pick up a copy that's totally legal. I mean, it's kind of hard to hide that this is an emulator, but still.
That alone sums up the entire spiel he went on. Okay, time to make some burglars cry.
Wow, this looks funky as hell.
We will warn you guys now that this game can get loud even with the volume turned down for you.
It explains why the developers are called Noise. Likely not, but I believe it. It also pains me when the timer goes from 1 second to 6.
Jesus Christ, you weren't kidding when you said this was loud. What the fuck is up with your robo, Donnie? It looks malformed and again, loud.
I think it's because multiple parts of the gun are hitting the opponent at once, which means multiple sound bites stack on top of each other, which makes it super fucking loud. I'm used to it, though.
I love how fluid Rahu moves when air dashing. It literally looks like it's ice skating.
If only these burglars knew what they were going to be up against, then they'd scatter. But no, I have to clean them all up.
You just killed a man, Donnie.
No, he's just knocked out cold. That's what happens when the safety switch is off on RoboCubes. In this world, losing a battle can really hurt you or knock you out.
It's also mentally straining. You literally see through your robo's eyes and you mentally control it. So if it is hurt, so are you. I think that's how it works.
All right, time to put another burglar down. Not dead like how Joe thinks. I mean, knock the fuck out. LL Cool J style.
We're likely cutting most of the footage for these fights since they play out virtually the same. Plus, they have no chance up against Rahu.
That just sounds like a Rastafarian Mario.
Makes me wonder how these guys even got their A-class licenses.
We should attempt to do a challenge if this gets carried on for more videos. Like an oil can only challenge.
You just want to see me lose my shit. That's what you want. That Robo is the literal worst ever. Even the game tells you that. It's meant to be a joke.
Sounds like good content to me, Donnie. Consider it.
Come here, you slimy bastard. Get knocked the fuck out. Jesus Christ, even with my speed, he was just sneaking away like a snake. I hate that.
We don't know why the aspect ratio keeps changing, but it's whatever. Game still functions, and that's all we care about.
That's what we're all thinking, Harry. These cops are dog shit. Unlike my ICE agents who are almost too good at their job. Anyway, last burglar to deal with, and then we get to name our hero finally. Yeah, we're nameless up until this point.
And he wonders why he doesn't get dates or even get laid. He says this ridiculous shit. Can't imagine how he tells his stories when women ask about his life.
This is why you never choose the heavy fucking Robos, dude. You're an easy target.
Well, that takes care of all the burglars. I thought this whole episode to kick off the Nostalgia Event Month thing was going to be nothing but walking and talking.
That is kind of what you do in this game. Every NPC has dialogue, and sometimes it can be a long time before you exhaust their dialogue. Well, exhaust by definition, aka when choices are grayed out, meaning they've been chosen already.
This looks like if Ice Spice was in the military.
I'm surprised she's still relevant. Her worst line ever back in 2024 was, "Bitch, you think you're the shit, you're barely even the fart." Like, did a fucking 5-year-old write that line?
The gist of this conversation is that the police are here to investigate, and well, it's just a bunch of shit talk between us and them.
Well, you kind of act like one, Harry.
I'm gonna ask if that was his girlfriend. I know it's not.
This really does feel like we're in futuristic Alabama.
It's jarring seeing people just pop in out of nowhere. I know it's the aspect ratio, but it's still weird.
Harry, you were just bitching about being hurt from losing, and Linda could fucking see you the entire time. Harry's amazing, but he's also incredibly stupid.
The way Linda just lets us have Ray 1 despite fighting tooth and nail to keep it out of enemy hands is also kind of funny to me. Other games just yoink the thing you were using in the tutorial or the first part out of your hands and give you something that's clearly dog shit for you to learn on your own.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night comes to mind when I think about that.
I can't get over that she is in charge of a high-tech laboratory and wears goddamn fishnets and likely thirst traps her entire team of researchers.
It's a good morale boost. You'll never get to fuck her, but she'll make you believe that enough hard work will land you a spot in her bed. She has a female researcher named Shelley that likely also gets in on the scheme and tag teams with Linda. We are now properly named so people can call us by Prezai.
Does that mean that any one of us could take over for playing, since that is a general name?
We're definitely not letting you play, Joe. I can take over if need be, since I also know the game.
Hey Ernest, check out how good I was using a highly illegal Robo.
I've wondered how he would react if he knew we used illegal Robos. Probably would whip up some bounty poster, turn us in and have us show all the illegal parts we have, knowing him. Although we're mercenaries, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Money's money. As long as we can pay rent and eat, the pay's good enough.
This feels good to call it for a video for the event. We'll pick this back up if the demand is there, but otherwise we hope to see y'all in the next Nostalgia Event video. There's no shortage of games our editor grew up with.